Mr. White's house is back, and the pizza's stood on the roof. So first up is Polish Brick House. This is by Raider, 12.5 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under houses. Now it's going to cost you 45 grand to place down, and it being said, right, it's a decorative object with a sleep trigger on the front. But as decorative objects go, this is looking all right. I mean, the brickwork on it is looking good. I mean, you've got a little balcony at the back. I mean, you can't get up there. I suppose you could get up there if you had like a telehandler, sort of like a workaround sort of thing. But the building itself, from a decorative object perspective, is looking very good. Then obviously you get your sleep trigger at the front. Right, next up is the State Agricultural Farm Housing Blocks. This is by Raider, 22.2 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under decorations. Now, we've got 3 different versions here. So first off, you've got the 18 grand just there. We then got the blue one, which is 28 grand, and then the, I'm going to say, well, the multicoloured one, that's like a, I suppose if that bit was brown, that would be like a Neapolitan ice cream. But okay, fair enough. That's going to cost you 30 grand. Now, all 3 of these are decorative objects, as you can imagine them being in the decorative objects category. So they are just for, you know, filling out your farm. Well, filling out your map, to be fair. Well, I suppose you could place them down, you know, add a little bit more of like a city landscape sort of thing. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is Family Home. This is by Zero Rito, 38.97 megabyte on the download. And this is awesome. If you've ever seen the program Breaking Bad, you'll know exactly where this home and RV combo come from. And if you haven't seen the program, go check it out. It is a brilliant program. So on the farmhouses, we've got the house itself, 50 grand. You then got the RV for 7 grand. Now, I believe these were both out on 22 as well, which is awesome. So good to see it returning. So the actual RV itself, you've got your wardrobe trigger at the front, and then you got your, well, you got your door that opens up like that. Inside is where you're going to be making some stuff. We'll just say that there. I mean, you've got a little sleep trigger there as well if you wanted to. Looks like a bit of a science chemistry lesson on the go in there, but okay. A little deck chairs out the front. That is all right. Then we got the main home. Can we go in the garage? Yes, we can. And as I said in the intro, the pizza's still on the roof. Yeah, if you've ever seen the program, you know all about that, which is awesome. So you've got a light switch just there. We've got this door that opens up, so you could come through the side door to go into the actual garage itself. And then you come into the main door, into the home area. So in here, you got your seating area, you got your sofa, you got your TV, which is all right. You then got another little seating area there. Come around here, you got a little bit of a fireplace. It's empty at the minute. Got a dining area, kitchen area. Yes, indeed. Now we come around here like that. We've got a little bit of a room that's got, well, I suppose you could move in. Yeah, fair enough. Then in here, got a little bit of a, well, I suppose it's all a cable in it. It's like the junction boxes. A few bucks there. All right, fair enough. Around here, you got a little bit of a shoe cupboard. Not a problem. And then in here, it's going to be another little single bedroom. And we've got something on the go. All right. They're looking up something, probably some chemical reactions or something, but all right. You got wardrobe trigger just there. You got a sleep trigger by the bed, well, on the bed. Oh, Grandpa Waters there looking over you whilst you sleep. That's a little bit creepy. And then we're coming here, and there's your bathroom. So have a little bath, have a little poo on the toilet. Why not? Oh, stuck. There we are. Can we go out these doors? Yes, we can. Little patio door, because out the back, it's a little dining area. You've got this door as well that you can open up as well. Oh, fair enough. As I say, obviously, this is coming from the old Breaking Bad program, and that is an awesome program to watch. So go check it out, and then come put one of these down. Relive the moments. Right, next up is Nation's Flags. This is by Hispano, 0.87 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under decorations, as you can well imagine. Now, we've got 2 different versions. We've got the small one, and we've also got the large one there. Now, they're both the same in options. We'll just say that. I mean, obviously, the small one's 100 per flag, and then the large one's 340. So you click on them, and you've got the option to customize. So we right stick in if you're on Xbox like me. So we've got Germany, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, England. Yes! Finally! Finally, we have an English flag. or even a Great British flag. That'd do something for around this area. But all right, carry on. You've got Italy, Spain, United States, and then back to the original Germany one. So obviously, rep your home country. If you come from one of these countries, mind you, because obviously it's not got every flag from every country. Was that 190 odd, 192 countries in the world? And there's only what 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 flags here. So if you come from one of the other 180 odd countries, you might be out of luck. Right, next up is Decorative Pack for Productions. This is by Piercy, 2.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under decorations. Now, there is a lot to this pack, I must admit. So first off, we've got a stack of pallets. So we've got the red ones to start off with, and then you come in, you click on it, customization, and you can go from 1 all the way up to 12 stacked high, which is what we got down this end. We then come across and we've got the same thing, but with different color palettes. So that will go all the way up to 12 high, and again, different color again, and again, and again, all the way going up to 12 high. We then move on to the next one, which is going to be this one here. So you got your cardboard, and then you got one with a little bit of a extra on the top. We then got rope, so you got 4 different options in the rope. You just click on customize, then cycle through whichever one you want. Then you got your plastic pallets. Again, cycle through. There's 4 different options on there. Got your green pallets. So what we've got there, 2, 4, 6 different options on there. Then we come to these red trays. I mean, we got 5 on that one. We then got a different section on this one. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on that one. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 on that one. So with the red pallet, you're actually going to customizations. You got A. So you got A, B, and C. So you got A up to 5. Then you got B up to 10. And then you got C up to 10. So these 3, well, these last 3 rows are all under that one. Right, fair enough. So obviously they are just for decoration. So just make your farmyard, your production feel a little bit more lived in. So next up is CNG Fueling Station. This is by Scandinavian Vikings Mod Rebuilds Team. 2.03 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under containers. Now, it's going to cost you 16 grand to buy it, and it's going to hold 33,000 litres. But what's it hold? Well, if we click on there, methane. You can now buy in on any map methane, which is all right. I mean, you come down here, you got your taking out point just there. There is no trailer that comes with this pack, so you will need to have some other mod that's going to transport it for you. But if you've got a production that you've placed down and you can't get methane on the map, bang one of these down, job's a good one. Right, next up is TMR Wooden Mixing Station. This is by NASA B82, 3.55 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under productions. Now, obviously, as the name suggests, you're going to be making a bit of TMR. That's going to cost you 15 grand to place down, and you will require some things. So you got your taking out point just there, you got your loading in point just there, and you got your production chain menu. So you are going to need, unfortunately, mineral feed. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. So your hay, your silage, and your straw goes in with said mineral feed, and you're going to get your TMR out. I mean, you don't really need mineral feed to make TMR, but with this one you do. And that being said, though, it's looking all right. I like the style of it. Logs all hooked together. All right, fair enough. Next up is Farm Building Set. This is by Hellraiser, 17.96 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, well, in a few different places. So first off, it's going to be under farmhouses. Now, you do have an option on the old farmhouse. You can have with or without water tap. Just on that, on the left-hand corner, just there. All right, fair enough. We've also got a decorative version of that house, which, as you can be imagining, it's going to be found under decoration, and that does have the same option of putting the water tap on, yes or no. We then come across to the manure heap, which is going to be found under silos, and that's going to hold 4 million litres of the old stinky stuff, which is all right indeed. Then come across to this shed, which, as you can imagine, is going to be found under sheds for 10,600, and then the last one on the end is going to be under pigs, which is going to hold 20 pigs, and it's going to cost you 67 grand. Now, the style on all of them is basically the same. I would say it's like a concrete prefab, maybe that sort of thing. So you got your house, so you got your sleep trigger just there. I mean, the farmhouse, we did go with the water tap, which is around the back, so obviously fill up your tank just there, no problem. And we've got your sleep trigger just here. And the decorative one, I didn't go for the water tap, so that is just going to be a straight up building for you to have a look at. Then you've got your manure heap with your trailer taking out point just there. Or you could come in with a loading shovel, something like that. Get your stinky stuff out. And then you've got your door that opens up into your shed like that. Drive-through option on the go, which is all right indeed. A little bit of a workspace just there. You can store some chainsaws. That's all right. That's all right indeed. Then we go. Oh, what about that one? Actually, we store chainsaws in all of them. Oh, that's for your cans. That's for your spray cans and your horse brush. All right, bit of storage on the go there. That's all right. Well, saying that, do you need to open up both doors separately? Yes, we do. Okay, fair enough. Then we got our pigsty. So you got your loading in point for your straw and your food just there. We'll open up this door, and here is going to be a silo, load in and load out, which is interesting because we've got pigsty and a silo as well. All right, fair enough, not a problem. Then we'll come around here, and we can go actually into the pigsty. Where's my little bacon sandwiches? There they are. You all right, mate? How's it going? I mean, he's having a right old dance over there. All right, fair enough. Didn't leave him to it. Animal dialogue box is just there. Now, this is going to hold 20 pigs, as I said before. And then you've got your slurry taking out point just there. I mean, it has got an industrial look to it. We will say that. But that being said, fairly functional. Get it going. Right, next up is Old Wooden Barn. This is by Raider, 11.38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. It's going to cost you 15.5 grand to buy, and as the name would suggest, it's an old wooden barn. Sort of gives it away, really. I mean, nice animation on the latch, it's all right. You've got that door that opens. You've also got this door as well that opens, and inside, as you can imagine, old style wooden barn. I do like the framework underneath. You know, a lot of barns have, you know, big open inside, but this is definitely old Scott. I mean, I know it says old wooden barn, but this is what it would have been like back in the day. You know, you're not going to have all the high beams and whatever. You are going to have obstacles that you need to get around. So that's all right indeed. Right, next up is reinforced Quonset sheds for Rootcrops and Woodchips. This is by Scandinavian Mod Rebuild Team. 31.83 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, we've got two different versions. Obviously, we've got the one for the Rootcrops, 248 grand, and then we've got one for your Woodchips, also 248 grand. Now, obviously, the Woodchips is going to be having a capacity of 200,000 litres. The Rootcrop one, a little bit interesting because it's got a maximum, we'll say maximum, of 2.5 million litres. All right, fair enough, but 1 million litres of each capacity. Right, so you can't have full capacity of all of the root crops. So your carrots, your red beet, sugar beet, potatoes and parsnips, you're not going to be able to get 1 million of each. It's going to be 1 million litre capacity, and then, you know, if you've got enough space for the rest. Right, no problem. So you got your loading in point for your stuff. So you go for your root crops or whatever, just there, no problem. And you're going to come around the back, and that is where you're going to be taking out the stuff. So you got your little taking out spout just there. But what you can do, oh, walked into the wall, dear, oh dear. I need to watch out for me spaces. So you come around here and we've got hide warning stripes. Press B, turns those off. All right, just neatens up the area a little bit, no problem. And then you got your same sort of thing with the wood chips ones. You put in the front, take out the back. You can take those warning stripes off if you like. Fair enough. Right, next up is Refined Wood Chips and Sawdust Factory. This is by Mr. Dex, 3.99 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under productions. Now, we've got two different things in this pack. We've got the Refined Wood Chips just there, and then you've got your Premium Sawdust Factory just there. So 45 grand for that one, and then 35 grand for that one. Now, obviously, this is I'm going to say a two-part factory. You want to put your wood chips in there, and then obviously that's going to be the finished product just there. So you got your pallet spawn points, as you can see. Loading in points is the same on both of them. And then you got your production chain menu in the corner. Now these pallets, I can't lift them. They're saying 600 kilo. Yeah, I've got the liftable pallet mod on. It's still not working. So, okay, fair enough. So into the first one, the old refined wood chips. You can put your wood chips in, and you're going to get out premium sawdust and refined wood chips. So your refined wood chips is going to be that one, I'd imagine. And then your premium sawdust is going to be the one on the bottom. Well, that being said, I should be able to pick those up. They're only 100 kilo. Oh yeah, I can pick them up. Moved it out of the way. Oh, there we are. So I can pick up the sawdust, but not the wood chips. Right, fair enough. So once you've got your stuff done, you can take some of that and bring it over here into this production chain menu. So you take your refined wood chips, the ones that are in the pallets rather than the bags, and then you can make premium sawdust. So the first one is going to be making refined wood chips. No, that's making premium sawdust as well. So they're both making premium sawdust. So why, if you're going to be making premium sawdust on that one, why then take, I suppose it's making that extra product, isn't it? So it's making the refined wood chips, and you can make it again into premium sawdust. So it's just making the most out of what you got left over. Right, fair enough. Actually, let's have a little look. How much is premium sawdust going for? So there we are, 757, top one, selling at the Harbour selling station as well. So it is going to be able to be sold at standard stuff on the map. So that's, well, that being said, is that a good deal? I'm not sure. I haven't really done the maths on it, but at least you can lift those pallets. That's all right indeed. All right, something a little different to do with your wood chips. Right, next up is Riding Stable. This is by VX Mapping, 45.63 megabyte on the download, and I remember this on 22. This is awesome. If you are into your horses, this could be the one for you. Now, obviously, it's going to be found under horses. You do get the option to expand the pasture and plant the meadow if you see fit. And then once you put it down, you can then get cracking. So over here is going to be your animal dialogue box. So this is going to hold, as standard, 16 horses. Great, no problem. We can open up this door, and you've got light switches everywhere. Great, no problem. Now, they've got this loading in point here, which is interesting, because you can open up these doors. That's already in there. I tried putting a bale in there. Nothing seemed to happen. But okay, fair enough. It is what it is. And that's not where you need to put your straw and your feeding, because we're going to come round. Oh, you have got this gate here. You could potentially, bring a trailer down, facilitate that if you wanted to. We're going to take a run down this end, because your actual loading in point for your food and your straw is going to be down this end. So we'll run past the horses, chilling in the sun, having a little bit of munch on the meadow grass. Fair enough. Now here is your loading in point for your straw. You do actually need to open up that door, and then you can load it in. Not a problem. You then got a manure heap built in, which is all right. That stinks. We'll carry on. Dear, oh dear. Your loading in point for your food is actually in there. Then we'll come down this side, and we've got these doors. So all these stable doors, you can open them up like that. That's great. But you can't run through them. You can't run through a door. You may be thinking, why would you be able to run through the door? We're going to come back to that in a minute, because that's kind of important. Then we'll come around here, and we've got this big open space. And you can see it's big and open. There's nothing going on in here. Right, no problem. So what we actually need to do is come back around right by where the food input was. Because there's a little bit of a, I'm going to say, back end of the building. There's going to be a few triggers in there, and it adds a lot to it. So we're going to come through this door like that, in here. There we are. First up, right-hand side, we've got this one here. Install obstacles. Yes. So that's going to be putting all the jumps in, all that sort of thing. Great. We'll then come over here, and we have got install the flags. So we'll put all those in. Then we'll come over here, and we've got install the barriers. So we'll put all those in. Great. I mean, you've got a little bit of a vending machine. You can have a, is it hot on ice? Was it a drink machine? Okay, fair enough. Light switches. You've got a little sofa there. Watch some TV. Great, no problem. So as you would remember from about 2 seconds ago, this whole inside of this building was empty. Well, not anymore, because it's got loads of stuff in it. So this is the barriers that it's been put out. You obviously got the flags that have been put out, and the obstacles as well. Now we're talking. So you can get the horses out, have a little jump around, that sort of thing. That is great. Now we'll come over here, and we've got this one here. It's going to be deploy the awning. So that bit up the top there, I'm going to press that B. Here we go. Watch it go out. That is awesome. So it's going to come all the way out to cover over this area. That's ace. I remember when this came out on 22, I thought that was brilliant then. It's still brilliant now. So it's going to come all the way down. There you are. You've got a fully covered over horse training area, which is awesome. We're then going to come back up, because we've got a couple more little features up here as well. So we're going to come over to the first one. So we've got this here. It's saying remove the collisions from boxes. Now, remember when I said you can't run through those doors, and you may be thinking, oh, I've been a bit stupid there. What the hell am I on about? Wow, this is what I'm on about. We've turned it off. We've turned the collisions on the boxes off, because if you now go out with your horse, you can just come and ride straight in through the door, no messing. Dear, oh dear. Not quite sure why you'd want that. Why you just don't get off your horse and open the door, but okay, fair enough. You do you. And obviously, at the end, we've got a light switch as well, so you can obviously turn the lights on, so nice and bright. And the last bit, which is this one, it's going to be here. Open up the shutters. So that's going to be on the roof. I'm not quite sure where you'd open the shutters and have the awning out. So if you're trying to keep the sun off your horses, you'd have the awning out. And then if you're opening up the shutters on the roof to let a bit of sunlight in, you might as well just close the awning up. But alright, you go for whichever one you want. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, you got obviously got the access to the stables down this side as well. Open up that door. There you are. If you put your horses in the stable, that's great. I mean, there's light switches knocking around everywhere. You know, turn the lights on when it's getting a bit dark. I mean, you've got a little saddling area over here as well. That is a great building. I mean, if you're into your horses, definitely this is one for you. Right, next up is Lizard Animal Barns. This is by Mr. Hector, 84.07 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find him first off under pigs. So you've got this one here, 209 grand. Now, it doesn't come with this fence. We'll come back to that in a minute. So you've got your pigsty just there. Then come across and we've got the same version, but for your sheep, which is great, 197 grand. Again, ignore that fence for now. We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll come across to here, which is actually a horse stable. That is looking all right, I must admit. 158 grand, well, 158 and a half grand to buy. And then to finish it off, we got our chicken coop over here, which is also great to look at as well. 136 grand to buy. Now, all of these, the pastures at the back and the fences, you can expand. So what it says as the base price, well, as the base capacity, yeah, you can expand that out and have whatever you want in it. Let's face it. Now, we'll come back to the fences. If we actually go into fences, you can have these as an optional extra. Well, to use it as something else. So you've got your pig fence just there, which is exactly the same as the pig fence. And over here is going to be your sheep fence, which is exactly the same as your sheep fence, as you can well imagine. So you could place one of these buildings down, well, the pigsty and the sheep pen, and sort of like keep the same aesthetic going with your fencing shenanigans, which is all right. Now, here you got your loading in point for your food. You have got this hatch that opens. You don't need to open it to load in, so that's always good. We'll come around here. You got your animal dialogue box just there. You got your loading in point for bales of straw. We'll open up this door like that. Inside here, it's going to be your loading in point for your loose straw, if you wanted to go down that route. There they are, your little bacon sandwiches. Okay, making a run for it. Where are you going? That door's shut, you can't get out. Yeah, leave them to it. Leave them to it. Right, out the back is going to be your taking out point for your slurry. Then we move over to the sheep pen. And the sheep pen out the back has got your animal dialogue box. Just down this end rather than the other end. But okay, fair enough. I mean, you've got this door that opens. You could facilitate bringing a trailer in if you wanted to. Now in here is going to be your loading in point for your grass and your straw. Then we're going to come down this end. There we are. Run through. That's better. Come out this door like that. There we are. There's your pallet spawn point just there for your wool, as you can see. And we spin it back round. We've got your horses. So you've got your straw and your food is going to go into this point at the front. And you've got your animal dialogue box right by this door over here. Now you can go into this door if you really wanted to facilitate bringing the trailer down. Now get the old immersive look if you wanted to. Come down here. No problem. We can't open up that door, but okay, fair enough. And your chicken coop is going to be over here. Again, you can load in without opening the gate, but you can do if you wanted to. And you got this door that opens up like that. Inside here is going to be your egg pallet spawn point. And then obviously you got this door that opens up. There's the chickens. Fair enough. Close that door. Don't want me old KFC buckets running down the road. So down the chicken coop, down the other end is going to be your loading in point for your animal dialogue box. So again, similar sort of thing as the sheep barn. You could come down here and facilitate bringing a trailer down if you wanted to. Alright, fair enough. Now, all these buildings in this pack also do have the option to customize them as well. So you can put some solar panels on, you know, front side, back side, both if you wanted to. You go for whichever one you want. And then you can also change the colour. We'll go We'll go with that. It's going to change the colour of the walls. So you go for whichever one you want. I mean, obviously, some have got solid panels on that I've put out. Some haven't. All the walls have stayed the same colour, but that's entirely up to you. That being said, I do like the look of this. I mean, yeah, you got your horse paddock area at the back, and then the barn itself. That is all right indeed. Right, next up is the STIHL 026. This is by Castan18, 5.2 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under chainsaws. Now, there is no options. You just buy it 500, and then obviously it goes into your pockets, L being up on the D-pad, and out it comes. There you are. Chop some trees down. Next up is the MSS 300 Lizard Farming. This is by Assassin TV2, 2.63 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under levelers. Now, it's got 3 meter working width, which is all right because, you know, you're going to be in the bunker silo. You haven't got that much space. It's going to hook up to the 3 points on your tractor, level all your stuff out. Jobs are good. You have the option of attacher support, well, attacher type. So you got short, you got long, or short. So if you fancy something a little bit further away from your tractor, you go for that one. You then got your main colour, which is going to be the main colour. You then got your design colour, which is going to be the top bit. All right, level out your chaff. And next up is the Lizard SD1. This is by AGRO-MASZ, 9.6 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, it requires 85 horsepower from your tractor, got 2.7 meter working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed. So it is going to be for your small farmer shenanigans, but only costs £1,000. Which is all right indeed. You do have the option of warning triangle, yes or no. It's going to be putting that on there. Then you've got your frame colour, which is, wow. I mean, I know we've got the unlimited colour mod on, which I have got turned off. And all that is standard as part of the mod. So you go for whichever one you want. That's a lot of colours. You then got your chisel colour. Yeah, we're gonna go with something a little, so it stands out a little bit. There you are. So that's those bits. Then the colour of the crumbling rollers at the back. We're going to go with, do you know what, we'll go for grey. Going to do those bits. Now, if you didn't fancy a roller and fancied, it's saying with harrow. So it's got these on the back. You could go for that option. Same sort of thing, same cost, same engine requirement for me tractor, same working width, and obviously the same colour options as before. So get your small farming shenanigans on the go. And next up is the Rau Polymag 300. This is by Puzzcap, 2.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. So this is going to require 100 horsepower from your tractor, 3 meter working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed. So again, small farming shenanigans, £7,000. That's a lot more expensive than the previous one. All right, fair enough. You've got the colour option of red or red. You go whichever one you want. That's it's red. Let's face it. And the design colour is going to be, well, it's black or black, isn't it? Well, a lighter shade of black. So dark grey and really dark grey. All right, carry on. And next up is the Alpego DF Pack. This is by Andrea, 20.78 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under power harrows. Now, it's going to require 120 horsepower from your tractor, 4 meter working width, and a 6 mile an hour working speed for £18,000. Then have the option on the back. So you've got a spiral roller, cage roller, packer roller, and then back to the spiral. That spiral, that is ace. I don't think we've seen that before. I don't remember it. Anyway, that is looking good. You then come around the front and we've got the trail breakers. So yes or no. So breaks up the tracks as you've been driving over with your tractor. And you've got your power shafts. So you can have yellow or black. Now, if you're thinking that's a bit too small, well, they've got a bigger one version. I say bigger. It's 5 meter working with. Requires 160 horsepower from your tractor. And it's 21.5 grand. Again, got the spiral rollers on the back. They are looking ace. Right, next up is the AGRO-MASZ SN301 pack. This is by JMZ, 44.82 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cedars. Now, this has got an 800 litre capacity on the old C tank, 50 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3 meter working width, and a 7 mile an hour working speed for 12.5 grand. You do have the option of tramline markers, yes or no. That's going to be putting those on the back. So obviously you lower those down. Gives you your own tram lines. If you don't fancy using the in-game ones that come with, was it precision farming? Yeah, you don't fancy using those? Make your own. Fair enough. Now, if you wanted to do a bit of no-till, yeah, they've got a couple of other things in this pack. So we've got the ANU 30, which is going to be a cultivator for you. All right, so you hook this on the front of it, and then you got your no-till option. Well, I say no-till. It's still doing it, isn't it? So it's a one seeding job, one and done job. 100 horsepower requirement, 3 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, 7,200. You got your trawl, yes or no, puts that on the front like that. Then you got your rollers, you got a rubber roller, you then got your packer roller, trapezoidal roller, and then back to your rubber roller, and you got your ridge markers, yes or no, on the side like that. So if you don't fancy that one, you can go for a disc harrow, the ANT30. So again, this is going to mount on the front of the old seeder. So 120 horsepower requirement, 3 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 7,800 to buy. Again, you got your rubber roller, packer roller, trapezoidal roller, and then back to your rubber roller with your ridge markings, yes or no. And then the last one on the end is going to be another cultivator. All right, fair enough. So again, same options on the rollers at the back, and then your ridge marker as well, although this one requires 140 horsepower from your tractor, 3 meter working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, and a starting price of 9,200. Again, all of these 3 meter working widths here is going to be for your small farming shenanigans. But then again, why can't small farming have some nice stuff? Well, next up is Bale Trailer Pack. This is by FA Ursin Rayner, 32.69 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Bale Transport. Now, it's going to cost you $4,500 as it stands, the base version. Then you've got your options. So you've got platform, you've got round bales, universal, or platform again. And you got your option on wheel setups. You've got your cross track HD3, and you've got some different versions in there. Okay, second, they're all the same. You've got broad version. You go for whichever one you want. You then got your lights. So you got your default, you got LED, and then back to default. So fenders, yes or no. You then got your main color. To be fair, that's an all right set. As it's standard as part of the mod, that's not bad at all. Then you got your platform color, which is obviously going to be your platform. And then you got your rim color, which is going to be your rims. Now, this isn't an auto load one, so you will need to load it yourself. So do with that what you will. Now, if you're thinking this one's a little bit too small, well, they've got a second version. They've got a longer one. There you are. I mean, same options before. I mean, the tires have got different names on it, so you go for whichever one you want. But again, you can have it with the LED lights. You can have it as a platform. You can have the round bales. You can have universal. Fair enough. Right, next up is Heavy Duty Logger. This is by Carl TG, 2.93 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Wood Transport. And this is this is wide. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the actual base trailer underneath is like that's a standard trailer, and then you got the supports that go out way past where the wheels normally would be. So you're going to be able to get a ton of logs on here. Right, fair enough. You've got your options on your wheel brands. So you get Continental, BKT, Michelin, Nokian, and then back to Continental again. For log lengths, so you got for long logs, for short logs, or for long logs. So they're going to be really long. Really long. That's like full tree on its own. So I'd probably go for that one. Give you a little bit more option. Then you got your main colour, which is going to be those bits, and then your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. I mean, I think that needs to have like a wide load sticker on it. That's definitely out past the wheels. Right, next up is the Massey Ferguson 2013 and Valtra BDF 1300. This is by Holtz FS, 7.1 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sprayers. Now, it's got a 1300 litre capacity, 30 metre spread width, and a 12 mile an hour working speed for $5,000, which is not bad at all. And that's as a fertilizer distributor. You can then change it to be a seed distributor. Yeah, you can have it as a fertilizer and a seed unit, all not at the same time. You're going to have to switch between the two, but that is all right indeed. Then have the option of brands. You can have Massey Ferguson or your Valtra version. Now, obviously, this is going to hook up to the 3-point on the back of your tractor, but if you haven't got something suitable, so maybe like your tractor's not like going to take the weight or whatever, well, it comes with this, the Adaption Trailer, 1,200 to buy. So obviously, this is going to take the weight of the actual implement, so you're not going to overload the back axle of your tractor. Now, obviously this is going to hook up to the back of your tractor, no problem. So you got your 3-point on there, that's great. So we just reverse it in like that. There we are, job's a good one, go fill it up, crack on. Now obviously if we had a smaller tractor, like an old school tractor, yeah, that might struggle a little bit, especially if it hasn't got the right adaptions on it. So we'll hook up the trailer. Now to get this on the back, you may be thinking, oh, we need a forklift truck. Oh, no we don't. We can just lift it up. Well, can't see what I'm doing. We'll drop it on there. About that, that'll do. Close enough. And when you get back in, get the option to attach it, and away you go. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lizard Blaster 200 1999. This is by Chairs Modding, 12.74 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cars. Now, it's got a 60 horsepower engine, 62 mile an hour top speed, and a £2,250 dollar or euro price tag. You can then change the wheel setup. So you've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. I'll see where this is going. There's going to be a load of them in there. How many different tyre options you got? Number 1. They are, so not 10. 10 different tyre options. Okay, fair enough. Then you got foot support, yes or no. Then you got design, yes or no. So it puts like an extra little foot guard, mud guard, whatever you want on the front of the back tyre. Then you got blaster sticker, so you can have it yes or no. So it comes yes as standard. Although if you take it off, you do save 50, which is, I like that. You know, if you're going to take something off, make me pay less money. That is always good. Lizard on the bench sticker. So again, if you take that off, it takes away 50 from the price, which is all right indeed. Then you got your handlebar protector in the middle, yes or no, so you don't smash your teeth on them. Then you got your main colour, which is going to be those bits. Well, I say those bits, that bit. You then got design colour. We'll go for red. It's going to do those bits. And then design colour again. We'll go for dark blue. Going to do those bits. And then you got your chassis colour, which is, do you know what, we're going to go with pink. Why not? It's going to do the chassis. Suspension. Oh, let's go for light blue. Going to do the suspension parts. And the exhaust. Do you know what, let's spin it around. Spin it around for the exhaust underneath. There we are. So your exhaust. Oh, chrome. Go for chrome exhaust. Always, every day of the week. And then your rim colour is going to be your rims. Now, this has got a great startup sound. I think that's ace. I think that's an ace start. That's brilliant. But then once it gets going, it starts sounding like a bit of a Hoover stroke lawnmower. But okay. In the starting sound, oh, bit of an understeer on the go. Starting sounds all right though, so you go and have a little bit of fun with it. Right, next up is the Lizard Mini Buggy. This is by Grimme FS, 7.01 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cars. Now, it's got a 100 horsepower engine, 62 mile an hour top speed, and a £2,200 price tag. You can then change the wheel brands. You've got Lizard, Trelleborg, BKT, and then back to Lizard again. And then you've got some standards and standard 2s and some standards again. Well, I suppose that's probably the best ones to go for. Same all round. Then you've got designs. You've got design 1, which puts this spoiler on the back. You're going to put some end plates on the spoiler. And then back to the original. Steering wheel. So you can have design 1 or 2. Front protection. We got that or nothing. So you got that. What was it? Checkerboard, checker plating. That sort of thing. That's the one. Side 1 numbers. So you go from 0 all the way up to number 9. So we'll go for that one. Number 2, side 2 numbers. Again, that's going to go all the way up to number 9. So fair enough. And then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to be the main colour of the framework. And then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Now, this does take a little while to get going, I must admit. I mean, it has got a CVT gearbox, so it's going to have that sort of droning noise once it gets going. But I suppose it does pick up. It definitely has got... Yeah, that's like a petrol strimmer sound, but alright. I mean, again, I'm a little bit... Oh, it's a bit bumpy around here. A little bit of understeer as well. Oh, a bit of a slide at the end. Right, next up is the John Deere 50G. This is by Pepe978, 18.3 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under excavators. Now, it's got a 36 horsepower engine. That's a beast, I must admit. 6 mile an hour, well, top speed. Well, I never got it up to more than 4 mile an hour, but okay, fair enough. A 95 litre capacity. Some description. Not quite sure what that is either, but okay. 65 grand price tag. You then got your tracks. You got track A, track B. I mean, it's the design of the tracks, let's face it. Let's have a little look like that. There we are. That's better. So track C, D, E, and then back to A. So obviously, you pick whichever design you like better. Now, to go on the front of this, you have got a little bucket as well. So this has got a 2,000 litre capacity, 1,500 to buy. And again, you can change the colour, black or yellow, if you haven't got the unlimited colour mod on. Now, this is ace. I mean, it gives you a little bit an audible warning when you're starting it up. Here, we'll start it up. I'll show you what I mean. It gives you a little beep that you've turned the engine on, just so you're not mistaken, which is all right. I like that. I like that indeed. Now, you've got the usual shenanigans of moving this thing around. That's great. You come in, you know, you can move that bit, LB and RB, move the old LB and RB and right stick up and down. It's going to move the old scraper. Then, if you do LB and A, unfold the arm. It's actually going to spin the arm around to the side, and then you can do a bit of side digging. I'm not quite sure why you'd want to do that. I mean, it's going to be a little bit closer than if you'd like spun the whole thing around, mind you. But okay, fair enough. Now, there is one thing with this I will say, is you can spin it around on its own. So I'm not pressing accelerate, and it'll turn on itself, which is great. If you're driving along and you're turning, it does seem a little bit weird. It's like the turning point is right on the back end of the left track. You do with that information what you will, but I like that. I mean, that's all right. Right, next up is a update which is actually released today. That had a really quick update at the same time. This is the Grimme SL 8022 Autoload. This is by Micro GT and Bayern Gamers. 2.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Bounce Systems. And this, I remember this came out in 22. This was awesome because this will pick up from the floor, which is great. You do have the option of work lights, yes or no. It's going to be putting the lights on there so you can see what you're doing. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be any one of those. Then you've got your design colour, which is going to be the side bit. And then your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Now, obviously you can get into it. You can drive it around. That's great. You can unfold the wheels. Not a problem. But obviously the old pièce de résistance with this one is going to be the fact that it picks it up from the floor. So we're going to turn on the conveyor belt. Yes. Do we need to unload it? No, I think it's ready to go. Let's give it a try. So we've got a trailer of wheat on the back here. So we're just going to unload it in front of this one. There we are. So this should pick up from the ground and take it straight up into the other trailer. When you're ready, trailer. Oh, interesting. I imagine I haven't done something right. Let's get back into that then. What's it do? So it's turn. She's got to be in it. I mean, it is picking it up from the floor. It didn't do it until I got back in it, which is interesting. Let's dump a load more down. Seems to be working a treat. Let's see what happens now. So it's emptied the front bit. Oh, is it too much in it? Oh, I see. It's too much. I'm dumping it too fast. It can't keep up. Dear, oh dear. Right, okay, no problem. And the last mod for the day is the map 3 Maria's Farm. This is by AGRO-MASZ. 171.57 megabyte on the download, and it does have some required mods, 4 in particular, and I'll put those on the screen now. Now, obviously, this map is inspired by the Brazilian countryside, which is fair enough indeed. Now, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to be using 1,237 slots, and if you are also on New Farmer, you're going to be owning a bit of land, which is a fairly decent size, to be fair. I mean, it's farmland number 1, and you have got, 3 fields, a bit of a grass pasture area. So that's not bad at all starting off, I must admit. We've got a few trees knocking around. You could do a bit of forestry as well. No problem. So you start farm here. My little doggo walking around just chilling in the sunshine. Right, no problems. You got your sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger by the house just there. Spin it back round. Got a little bit of a shed on the go. There's your pickup truck. We spin it around this way. We've got a bit of storage up here. So another little shed. Another little lean-to building as well, with some more equipment underneath it. We come around here and we've got our silo. So you get your loading in point just there for you. Then you've got your taking out point just there. Come over here, we've got a cow barn. So we've got our animal dialogue box just here. So how many is this going to hold? So that's going to hold 135. Already got 30 in. I haven't put those in. They're already there when we started the map, which is alright indeed. So your milk taking out point. Then you've got your food and your straw is going to go in here. And then you've got your slurry taking out point that side. Alright. And that's it. That's your start farm. Nice and simple. Not a problem. Although that is great. Starting off with 30 cows. Not bad at all. Now obviously we have got a bit of equipment on the go. So what do we start with on New Farmer? Well, we've got the AGCO 1100, the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500, the International Series 200, the John Deere 3650, the John Deere 663R, the Kuhn GA 4731, the Noche Crossmax 300, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header, the Pottinger Boss Alpin 251, the Quickie Big Bag Lifter Single, the Rudolph TDK 301 RP, and the Samaz XT390. Now, obviously, as the map is set in Brazil, you do have that red clayey soil, which is always great to be seeing. Although, to be fair, this field looks like a wet field, and I got my harvester all ready to go in it. I'm assuming that's going to be rice. I hope it is. If not, we're going to waterlog our harvester. Well, that being said, I mean, the whole map itself definitely got a lot of water on it, so you are going to have to deal with that. I mean, there's plenty of trees for you to be taking out to expand your farming shenanigans. I think it's sort of like halfway between forge your own path and deal with what's already there, because you are going to have definitely some challenges in the bottom of the map area, because you have got these big lakes, fields, whatever. I mean, you've got a few crossing points just there as well. Where, that's a little bit of a different challenge. Why not? And we got a few updates as well. We've got the map New American by Samuel Batista Modding. Now, that is going to need a new save. We've got the Crone Trailer Pack by MW Mika 3615 and the Cow Pasture by Missy B.